The opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Reports from the United States confirm international fighting in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and now parts of southern Nevada.
Government took every gun from every person after the takeover.
There are guns and bullets. I've seen them. Hell, a little girl killed 2 of our guys with one of the guns.
You bastards!
She's barricaded with a shitload of guns. Here's what we're gonna do.
He's getting her used to trading us bullets. Next, she trades us a gun. Then we put the bullets in the gun and shoot her in the fucking face.
You think Gage would approve hurting little girls?
We're at war.
That's your problem. Always killing. Never sleeping.
But we won't have a king until the Scolders and Gypsies step into the ring.
Hey, Scolders! Time to take care of business! Bring me Mama!
I smell blood on the highway.
This is power. Real power.
Yeah, we'd love our mothers if we knew who they were.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scarefest Radio. The original broadcast date is June 28th, 2019. And baby, we are on the upturn now. We've got stuff going on this weekend around town. We've got 3, count them 3, celebrity announcements for tonight. And of course, we have joining me tonight, Holly LaFavors returns finally after her long absence as co-host. Hello, Holly.
Hi.
And our super special guest tonight, making his presumably live video interview premiere, Mr. R.A. Mihailoff.
Hey, Wes. Hey, Holly. How are you guys?
Hey.
And the reason I can make that claim to fame, everyone, that this is the first show he's appeared on, I helped him install Skype. So there, I've done my good deed now. So we've got some stuff to talk about. We're going to do a celebrity announcement at every 15-minute break. So keep that in mind, people. We're going to start at the 15-minute mark. We're going to do a 30-minute mark. You understand the concept. And during those 15-minute breaks, we'll also talk about some of the stuff that is going on around town. Now, one thing... Okay, now, before we even get going, though, no graphics for this, everybody. Happy birthday, Amber. Amber Truax is... she does about 50% of the booking for Scarefest Radio, just so you know, nearly all of the paranormal and cryptozoology and all of these serial killer experts that we've been having, Amber arranged those interviews. So I want to give a shout out to her. It is her birthday. And I'm not going to sing because then you have to pay royalties to somebody out in Arizona. But then also another special announcement for Scarefest the Scarefest family, as you were, and Scarefest Radio in particular, Meredith Blackwell gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. And Meredith is one of our people that write not only what all she does for Scarefest, but she does the summaries. One of the people I've got doing summaries for the episodes. So when you read something at scarefestradio.com, her byline might be on it. And I said bouncing baby boy because that's why people don't hand me babies anymore. Because I discovered that doesn't work at all. They don't bounce worth a shit. There! I made it through everything. Alright, buddy! How you doing?
Hello.
One of my favorite stories about RA is, I think it was 2 years ago at Scarefest. I had been attending was it the launch? Yeah, it was the launch party. The launch party, and all of the Scarefest ladies, office ladies, if you were just absolutely miserable human beings that night because a certain band of merry characters, including Mr. R.A. Mihailoff, had kept them out till like 4 a.m. the night before, doing shots and doing.
I don't know nothing about that.
So me at 2 a.m. leaving the launch party, mildly inebriated, I would say, walks up to this guy in the parking lot. And said, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. Son of a bitch, No, I said, boy, you're a big son of a bitch. You're an intimidating character. You to just walk up on and try to talk down. You know that?
Well, Wes, that's my job, you know?
that is actually in your job. Speaking of which, okay, when I was doing image search on you to do banner work, there are pictures of you that I don't even recognize because if you actually smile, you don't look anything like yourself.
What?
I mean, when you give a big toothy, full-face grin. I'm not saying you're not a perfectly wonderful human being, but...
Well, you know... There was a time. Okay, listen. I did an episode of Full House, and I have a hard time picking myself out. You know, I had really long hair and a big full beard. You know, I know what part I did, and I know where I'm at. So, but I wouldn't recognize myself if I didn't know it. You know.
Okay, now enough of this frivolity. Tell us about Ride Hard, Live Free that we saw the trailer for. That's pretty much your newest project that's on the cusp of hitting everything, correct?
That is a correct statement on your behalf, Wes. Yes, Ride Hard, Live Free.
He was scared to death, people.
They're searching for distribution right now. Hopefully it'll come out soon, but I hate to describe it like this, but it's a post-apocalyptic biker movie.
See, I was just going to go dystopian future. You had to go post-apocalyptic. I was just going dystopian future. Well,
okay, basically, just follow modern-day motorcycle clubs 75 years in the future. After something... we don't know what kind of disaster has befallen the greater United States, but the bikers are living out in the Nevada free zone, just taking care of business their way.
I almost talked politics just then when I went, but I'm not going to do it. Well, okay. One of the premises, if I picked it up from the trailer correctly, though, is that pretty much whatever's happened, everybody's disarmed.
Yes. We've lost the knowledge of firearms.
And apparently that's not working out. I'm going to guess, based on the movie premise, that's just not working out very well.
Well, that's a key plot point. That little girl finds a cache of weapons in a Winnebago, an abandoned Winnebago, and my group. We want those weapons. She locks herself in the Winnebago, and then we try to coax her out. Then we try to drag her out, and she's got the upper hand because she's got like I said, a cache of weapons: shotguns, AK-47s, pistols.
Sounds like my kind of movie.
It's pretty cool.
So do we have they set any target dates? I know you said they're searching for distribution right now, doing that. Have they set target dates when they think they're going to have this wrapped up, or is it still just that early in the stages of getting it out there?
It's still pretty early. They're working on it.
What? Why does this always take so long? And it's not just this movie. I have seen some really great video, really great film work. Just hang out there behind the scenes. Just wait. Is it a top-down process? In other words, they look for the best deal they can get first, or do they most widespread distribution? Do you have any insight on how the independent films, how they get distributed like that?
Not a lot, Wes, but I will tell you this: our executive producer is retired from the Department of Justice and has had no filmmaking background whatsoever. He was he was a manhunter for the government.
Well, executive producers just write checks and make sure everybody's got donuts. I mean, that's
he was hands-on. All the weapons in the movie belong to him personally.
Oh, cool! Now I like this dude. Now Okay, everybody, we're gonna go ahead. Let's take our first commercial break and go ahead and get our first announcement out of the way, and I'll turn it over to Holly just as soon as we come back and get all that out of the way. Everybody, you're watching Scarefest Radio with our special guest, Mr. R.A. Mihailoff. Have you checked out the Mama Ruby's family of metaphysical and spiritual shows? The Mystical Fair in Lexington, Kentucky, Lexington's only monthly psychic and holistic healing arts fair. The Inner Light Festivals in Louisville in June and Lexington in November. And watch for Mama Ruby's Expo coming in 2020. Plus, Mama Ruby's Meta Lecture Series, featuring interesting guests speaking on fascinating subjects. Start your journey now at mamarubies.com for more information. And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Radio, and our guest tonight is R.A. Mihailoff. Okay, first of all, slow pitch up the middle, softball, slam it over the fence. Our first guest announcement is, of course, Mr. R.A. Mihailoff. Scarefest fan favorite. See how easy this is? But I told him, you get that contract signed. If I have him on the show and I can't even announce him, I just can't stand it. And, okay, so our Mr. And now when we come back, when I get it back from Holly, we're going to be talking about some of his projects. But I don't want to spoil that for everybody. But R.A. Mihailoff is officially booked for the Scarefest XII Scarefest 12 Scarefest 2019. And now, this weekend, Lexington, Kentucky. Find us at the Lexington Pride Festival. That is, of course, in Lexington. It's the big, this is not me being a bad boy. I just want to make sure I get all the initials in there. LGBT. Yeah, LGBT. They've tried to add another one. LGBT community in Lexington. This is a family-friendly event, everybody. But the Scarefest will be there this weekend. Find their booth. They set up on like a street corner somewhere. Just listen for Layla. She'll probably be down there. But that's going on this weekend. So if you're in Lexington, definitely check us out at the Lexington Pride Festival. Holly, over to you.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I don't think we've met yet.
I don't think so.
Now, I've been to Scarefest every year for 12 years. How many times have you been?
Maybe like 4. This might be my 5th year. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I read your Wikipedia. So how much on there is truth and how much is bullshit?
Of what video?
On your Wikipedia.
A lot of it's true, but some of it's bullshit.
Okay. Okay. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about, and Wes is going to laugh at this, is wrestling, because I'm a big wrestling fan. So I want to know what you did in wrestling, thoughts on mainstream wrestling now, All Elite Wrestling, WWE, if you follow it, thoughts on indie, are you an indie fan, favorite wrestler, wrestling memories. And look, I have a pillow. Yeah.
Okay. I can tell you what I did.
All right.
Well, let me tell you something right now, brother.
Oh, my God.
We're talking to Bruce Johnson, the Iron City Savage, 300 pounds of coiled steel and sex appeal. I don't think you know who you're dealing with.
So you were a heel. A heel.
I'm fairly sure Holly is orgasmed.
No. But I do have a knife here in case I do.
But and I was an AWF superstar.
Okay.
American Wrestling Federation superstar, which was a Southern California promotion.
Yeah.
And let me think. What else? My tag team partner, Jake Fury, turned on me. It was horrible. It was terrible because it was Brute Bronson. It was Brute Bronson and Jake Fury together. They were furious and brutal. Yay! And in the middle of a match, we were supposed to fight the Ballard brothers, whose gimmick they were hockey goons.
Mm-hmm.
But he turned on me. It was horrible. Yeah.
Do you still watch? Do you watch
yeah, last night I was watching, that new series, what is it about? The Dark Side of the Ring.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No.
I love it.
Actually, I kind of been out of WWE for like a few months now. I canceled my subscription. It got kind of boring. Sorry, but maybe it'll pick up because of Paul Heyman. The announcement yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't read much about it, but check out Dark Side of the Ring. It's on Fusion.
Okay.
And it's recreation of, some very prominent episodes. Not necessarily, like the first episode was the death of Bruiser Brody. The other day they did, they profiled the Fabulous Moolah, and they do reenactment and tell the story. It's really good.
Awesome. What are your do you go to shows anymore?
Huh?
Do you go to shows and watch?
I haven't been to a live show in a long time.
And who is your favorite wrestler? Like, say from the past.
Oh, geez, Hulk Hogan, of course.
Really? Mine's Andre the Giant. I thought you'd say somebody bigger than Hulk Hogan.
Okay, look. When I met Hulk Hogan one time, and he said, "I need you on my tag team, brother." And what happened? But I met a lot of the boys. I used to train at the Golds in Venice, so I met a lot of the boys. Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing.
What?
I was in wrestling school at the same time, in the same wrestling school at the same time as John Cena.
John Cena trained in Kentucky, though. Same one?
Everybody trains in Kentucky.
Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Ohio Valley Wrestling. That's where everybody goes to get seasoned.
Yeah.
You train wherever you train. We trained in Southern California, and then he got a contract with WWE, WWF, whatever, and they moved the guys up to the Ohio Valley, and that's where you learn to work.
Yeah, now I know that Ohio Valley Wrestling is a spot for Impact Wrestling instead of the WWE.
It's like the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Everybody, Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medal wrestler Kurt Angle went to Ohio Valley for 2 years.
Yeah.
To learn how to work.
Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar. My favorite, Dolph Ziggler. You. Everybody. My friend.
I didn't make it to Ohio Valley.
Oh, it's now owned by Al Snow.
Yeah.
And he does acting. Do you know Al Snow?
Do I know what?
Al Snow.
I've met him. I don't know him well.
Okay. Let's see. I'll
tell you who I just met recently that I really like a lot is Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that you were going to be at Bubba Fest Con coming up, and so there's wrestlers there, too. Yep. I made note of that.
Yep, Dustin's going to be there. I don't remember who else.
Paige.
I never met her.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Jake the Snake.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
The Bushwhackers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like Honky Tonk Man. He's a pretty cool guy.
So, let's see. My next question is going to be opposite of wrestling. So, I read that you were in, licensed to drive. You played a truck driver, correct?
In License to Drive, I played a tow truck driver.
Which was in 1988?
Was it?
Yeah, I was 4 years old. But I'm still a big fan of the two Coreys. So my question is, do you remember the two Coreys? Do you remember Corey Haim? Did you work with them on that set at that time? Hello?
We made RA's video just locked up. We might.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not on your side, Holly. It's on our. Tell you what, I'll try to get him back. Let's go ahead and pop to our commercial break, and then I'll call him back here and see if we can get it restarted. So we're at right there. Do you feel lost in life? Do you seem to be stuck in emotions that are not yours? Is your home not the sanctuary it should be? Contact Spirit Mechanics, where they take a team approach to your metaphysical and spiritual problems. Spirit Mechanics specializes in aura cleansing, stone attunement, attachment removal, and house cleansings. Spirit Mechanics tailors their approach to your individual spiritual path and needs. Find them every month at Lexington, Kentucky's Mystical Fair, mysticalfairlex.com, or on Facebook by searching Spirit Mechanics, that's MECHANIX. Spirit Mechanics, for your spiritual health and well-being. Everyone is talking about CBD oil. Most of us know that CBD is a cannabis compound that has significant medical benefits, but does not make people high. Its benefits include pain relief, anti-seizure properties, anxiety relief, fights cancer, reduces the risk of diabetes, and it is even used as a sleep aid. Blue Leaf Naturals CBD and hemp products are full-spectrum hemp extract oils. They use only hemp grown in Kentucky, supporting Kentucky farmers and businesses and helping you and your family stay healthy and well. Blue Leaf Naturals, created with care from seed to shelf. Visit their website at blueleafnaturals.com. Blue Leaf Naturals, a Kentucky proud company. Okay, we're trying to get RA back on the line. It's showing his Skype active, but it's not. He's not able to answer. But we'll get RA back on, and if I have to, I'll just edit this in post. In the meantime, let's go ahead with our next celebrity announcement. And we have coming to Scarefest, Mr. D. Snyder. D. Snyder. A lot of people have been asking about him, of course. He's doing films now. We've got Strangeland, Ready Player One, but of course Twisted Sister is what everybody knows him by. But he's expanded now. He's moved into our genre. So Mr. D. Snyder is coming to Scarefest, and a lot of people have been asking for him. So there's a another big celebrity announcement for the Scarefest. Now, the other thing going on this weekend, another thing we want to talk about, the Mid-South Paranormal Convention. Mid-South Paranormal Convention is going on this weekend. Among other people that you can see at the Mid-South, Christopher St. Booth will be there and presenting. Mr. Dalen Spratt from Ghost Brothers. Joe Chin from Ghost Hunters. Ken Gerhardt, Cryptozoology. I think he's even in UFOs, but Cryptozoology. I haven't talked to Ken forever. I almost want to go to Louisville just because I haven't seen him forever. But yeah, also Scott Tepperman from Ghost Hunters International will be there. I just got reconnected to him on Facebook. We've been talking a little bit. Scotty and Terry Rorick. Spooky Scotty is there. And Willie Windwalker, if Willie can, I think there was a rumor that Willie wasn't going to be able to make it due to some problems that he was having health-wise in the family. Our hearts go out to him, but he was scheduled. But so there's just a few of the people. They've got just a ton of people that are coming. But there's some of the big names that you'll recognize. Okay, I'm going to try now again. I'm going to just put myself on camera and see if we can get R.A. added again. There we go. He's at the top of the list. Let's add him and see what happens. It's like his internet just dropped. I guess I could try him on the cell phone. Okay, he's calling right now. Hold on. No, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just typical internet stuff. Let's see here. I've got. Well, is this your cell phone? I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna call you back on your cell phone, and we'll just do the rest of the show audio only. Okay. Heck of a nice guy. Okay, so let's see. I've got him somewhere in here. There it is. Let's try it with the phone. Hello?
Wes?
Yes, okay, we've got R.A. back on the phone. Sorry about that. That is just something that the internet and Skype likes to do for every now and then. Just blow the hell up. So,
Yeah, because I'm showing real good bars and everything here.
I'm gonna blame that Apple iPad that you're using then, because it's Apple. Take that, Brandon Griffith. Okay, what's that? We've done our commercials while we had the little technical difficulty. We got all that out of the way. So now, R.A. Yeah. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I want to gently bust an actor's chops when they're coming on the show is pick out some really mundane or non-memorable part that's on their IMDb and use that as their introduction. In your case, I used Farmer Number 2 from License to Drive, wasn't it?
No, Moving Violations.
Moving Violations. But coming to find out, RA tells me there's actually a really cool story attached to this part.
And now get ready. I when I saw that this morning, I laughed my ass off. This, how long do we have? I'll try to keep it short.
Oh, we can go 15 minutes before we even bump a commercial.
Okay, you ready for this? Follow
I'm
me
ready.
on this ride, will you? Are you okay? So, Moving Violations was one of the first. It was the first movie I ever did under the aegis of the Screen Actors Guild. Okay, in other words, that was my entree into the union. I went to the audition, and in the beginning of my career, I was plagued by poor audition. You know, I would go to an audition, I would see guys that I've been watching for, for years. I had a really good agent, and she would get me in, and I would see these guys, like, oh Jesus, I mean, guys I've been watching, like Bob Tessier, Brian, James, Tim Thomerson. I'd be going in with these guys, and I'd kind of like choke up, and so I wasn't really good at auditioning. But I went in for this part, Farmer. It actually, oh, wait a minute, it gets better. I didn't go in originally for Farmer number 2. I went in for Van Driver. Okay.
Okay.
Which was just like a nowhere nothing part. And after I did my thing, after I did my reading and stuff like that, they're always very polite. Oh, that was great. Thank you very much. We'll let you know. I walk out of the office, and I run into Jennifer Tilly. Oh, Larry, how are you? Jennifer, what are you doing? Oh, I'm down here for this movie, License to Drive. Me too. I just auditioned for it. I'll walk you to your car. I walk her. It turns out she'd been cast as, the female lead in the movie. And the casting director saw us hugging and talking and, old friends in the hallway. And I'm convinced that's why I got the job as Van Driver. Okay. So, time goes by, I don't hear nothing. Time goes by, I don't hear nothing. I get a call one day from the casting director. All right, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The bad news is your part, but we've run over budget, we've run over time. Your part has been cut from the movie, but you will be paid. And, okay, so, well, all right. So that was the end of that, I thought, until a week or two later, I get a call from the casting director. She's at the wrap party. The wrap party, when the movie's over, they have a party. And she says, can you get over to Culver Studios tonight? The director wants to see you. So I beat butt to get across town, and I go to the wrap party. She says, wait right here. I'm standing in the middle of this dance floor. She walks over to the director. I see them, huddling. He looks at me. He nods, and she comes over. You're going to play Farmer. You're going to play Farmer number 2. So I actually worked on the movie after the movie was wrapped. Okay? Now, the plot thickens. So my part was Farmer number 2. My line was, the gag is, remember Wendy Jo Sperber, the comedian?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's jogging. She had this scene with Fred Willard, and he's talking about cars, and she thinks he's talking about her. Anyway, it convinces her, causes her to go on a jogging regime to get in shape. She's at the crest of this bridge when she gets tired. She sits down on the, what do you call that thing, the railing, and falls off the bridge into the back of the farmer truck. Okay? Now, the guy that drove the truck, I got to ride in the truck just, I guess, to be the second body. But the guy that drove the truck was Gary McClarty, who was one of the most prominent stuntmen in the business. Remember all those, 48 Hours when they hijacked the semi-truck?
Yes, actually I do.
Well, that was Gary McClarty driving. He was a excellent driver, and he was also implicated in the Robert, who murdered his wife, or did not murder his wife, excuse me, shot her in the...
not Conrad, God dang it.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. She fell off a boat.
She fell? Who did?
You know who you're talking about?
No.
Oh, this is a different one. You're talking about not Columbo. Yeah. No, what did he play? No. He played a detective.
Yeah. Jesus, Robert Blake.
Yes, okay. With the parrot.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, during the trial it came out that Robert Blake asked Gary McClarty to murder his wife. He did not. He turned that offer down. Anyway, it even gets better. Okay, so Wendy Jo Sperber could not fall off a bridge into the back of a moving truck, so they hired a stunt girl to double her, and it was a practical stunt, man. There was no rigging of any kind, no decelerator. There were fall pads in the back of the truck. The truck was moving, and she went, under a bridge, and she went off and hit her mark, and everything was great. And she was very nice to me. And her name was Barbara Klein. Okay? Fast forward several years, we're on Texas Chainsaw 3. Kane Hodder, as you know, was the stunt coordinator. He brings Barbara Klein in to double Kate Hodge. So, it was cool. I remembered her. She remembered me. But to me, that's extraordinary.
What I find extraordinary is that when you start talking about Hollywood people killing their wives, and I had a list, and I hadn't guessed the wrong ones. So.
Well, yeah. But Robert Blake did not get convicted of the murder, so we can't say he killed her.
That's right. Yeah, that's. Yeah,
but all those years earlier, when I was just a young pup, young and tender, it was my first, my first union job, and then years later, Barbara Klein comes up again. I thought that was kind of cool.
Now, I do have a question from the chat room before I turn it over. We're close enough for our other commercial break too. But okay, the movie Smothered. What is this story about Fritter the dog?
What about it?
Well, I don't know. They're in the chat room. They're saying there is some great story that you told somebody about Fritter the dog.
Well, all I can think, I probably should have got an Academy Award for that movie, acting like I liked that dog.
Oh, okay.
That dog did not like me, and I didn't like him. It belonged to one of the girls in the cast, and I know what it was. The first day on the job, I was late. I thought the transportation van was going to pick me up at the hotel. They thought I was driving myself to the set, so there was a snafu. They came and got me, so I was late. First thing off, boom, right off the bat, I'm late. Okay, I hate that. As we spoke about earlier, Wes, we're perfectionists, and that's just about the worst thing you could do, be late for a call. And so already I was feeling kind of stupid, And so the first scene we did, Kane was driving the Mini Winnie, and I was in the front seat, passenger seat, holding the dog. And Kane said something about, be careful, don't hurt the dog or something like that. And I said, don't worry, I won't. So we come barreling down the hill and come to hit a log and come to an abrupt stop. I pitch forward, cradling the dog, and crack the windshield. Saved the dog, but cracked the windshield. Two strikes, within the first hour of working on location.
Everyone, we are going to take our final commercial break now. We will be right back with more Scarefest Radio, and via phone now, R.A. Mihailoff. We'll be right back.
Coyote Chris Sutton.
Shamanism.
Spiritual advisement.
Paranormal investigations.
Inspirational presentations.
Bringing light to the darkest places for over 20 years. Go to CoyoteChris.com to learn more.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Radio. Another sponsor of Scarefest Radio. Don't forget about Akashic Awareness. Akashic Awareness comes from Mark and Shelley's love for the Akashic Records. This is a little metaphysical shop down in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Check them out. Go to AkashicAwareness.com. And now we've told the dog story, and my dogs have lost their friggin' minds. So anyway, but a quick plug here. Tomorrow, Saturday, June 29th, Catherine Murphy of Nirvana Yoga and Wellness, from 2 to 4 p.m. tomorrow, is doing a sound bath with the Sun Gong. Do I know what that is? No, but it looks interesting as all get out. So a sound bath with the Sun Gong, that's one of the... Go to their website, AkashicAwareness.com. Darn near every day of the week, they have something special going on at that place beyond their normal offerings of all types of healing and metaphysical helpful items that they have in the shop. So we got that going on. Now, next celebrity announcement. Christine Elise. Christine Elise. Now, of course, we're bringing her in. She was Kylie in Child's Play 2. But her IMDb is actually so long, it's another one of those. Oh my God, she was in all this stuff. She's been in China Beach, Northern Exposure, A League of Their Own, In the Heat of the Night, Beverly Hills 90210, ER, Thin Pink Line, I don't know that one. Family Law, Jag, more up to date. I want to see this Bathing in the Single Girl. It's only a short, but that looks just interesting as all get out. But and Cult of Chucky, of course, staying with the Chucky movies. Cult of Chucky, she's been in that. Get Shorty, Parachute. Christine Elise. If you don't recognize the face, you're not paying attention. And okay, so there's our celebrity announcement. Now the other thing I want to tell you to do this weekend, and this is one I wish I had time to get to. Halfway to Halloween at the Sky Bar in Lexington. Sky Bar in Lexington is hosting Halfway to Halloween party. Costumes encouraged, drink specials all night, co-sponsored by the Scarefest and a couple of radio stations and all kinds of stuff. But Scarefest, that's what's mattered. That is what matters. So check out the Sky Bar in Lexington. You can find them on Facebook if you don't know where they are. But there's a reason they're called the Sky Bar. You go to the is that Fifth Third Pavilion, and then you go up. It's just they're up. Nice little place. Been there a couple times. Everybody, going to turn it over now to Holly for the last few minutes of the show.
All right, there I see myself. All right.
Holly.
Hey,
yep,
I'm here.
Hi, Holly. How are you?
I didn't hang up like you did.
I didn't hang up. I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, right. You hung up on us.
Well,
so,
it locked up, and I tried to call you back.
Okay, my next question is it's going to be about paranormal, and Wes doesn't book me with paranormal guests, but here we are. So he knows I'm a skeptic. So my question is, anything new going on in the paranormal with you, paranormal community? Doing any shows? Any paranormal conventions? Caught any ghosts recently?
No. No to all of the above, I can't speak of anything. For us Hollywood ghost hunters, it's difficult to get all three of us together at one time,
Yeah.
Because we're all up doing different stuff. What the biggest mystery to me is why Rick McCullum, Kane Hodder, and I do not have our own show. That is the mystery of the ages.
It's a paranormal mystery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the new Child's Play movie?
I have not seen the new one.
I personally loved it, so I recommend seeing it. What about Pet Sematary, the remake?
Nope, haven't seen that.
What are your thoughts on remakes?
If I'm in them.
Okay. So, do you like to watch yourself on camera?
I don't. I don't know. I don't go out of my way to watch myself.
Yeah.
One time, I just happened to have the TV on randomly, and I think Hatchet 2 was on, and a girl that I went to high school with, grew up with, basically went to high school with, stopped by to visit. She lived out of state and stopped by to visit, and it just happened. I said, "Hola, friend. That's me right there." That was kind of cool. But it's not like that. I'm not like that woman in that episode of Twilight Zone. I don't sit in the darkened room and watch movies on myself.
Yeah. So where are you from? Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
Do you still live there?
I spent a lot of time there. Yes.
So is it a small town? I've drove
Mm-hmm.
through. I'm on the way to New York.
Where?
I drove through on the way to New York. I liked Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
What I saw of it. I'm from a small town, so I like small towns.
When I growing up, my grandparents had a farm, but nobody, nobody from the next generation wanted to take it over. But I worked on a farm, as a kid, just about every kind of farm you can think of. Oh, that brings us back to moving violations. Farmer number 2, they were pig farmers, and guess what? I worked on a pig farm when I was a kid.
Ew.
Thought you had a dairy.
That's scary.
I did that too. I worked on a pig farm. I worked on a dairy farm, and believe it or not, I worked on an egg farm.
An egg farm?
Yeah. Where they raise chickens, and the chickens lay eggs, and you you grab them, you wash them, and you put them in the carton.
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of Amish community around Pennsylvania, and here too, where I live. Were you around any Amish?
Yeah, we bist my brother.
You used to be Amish, right?
No, but I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a little personal thing. All right.
All right.
My girl cousin, who grew up with me, she married. We call him changeover. He grew up Amish, but he changed over to English.
Yeah.
And we always knew that. So one day I was at my uncle's house, and there. So my girl cousin, her ex-Amish husband, had 3 beautiful daughters, and the oldest daughter was dating this guy, big old rugged construction working, 4-wheel drive pickup truck, flannel shirt, ball cap kind of guy, and we were all laying about the living room after a Sunday dinner, and this big old boy starts talking to my cousin's husband in Amish, and I couldn't believe it, and I said, "Paul David, how do you know that? How do you know Amish?" And he goes, "Because I grew up Amish." So he did the same thing. And yeah, so I've got Amish in my extended family. And Paul David taught me one of the most important things to know when you go to an Amish dinner.
What?
May Hinkelfleisch.
What'd you say?
May Hinkelfleisch. More chicken.
Oh my gosh. You're speaking Dutch, I believe. Wait, they speak Dutch. Their own dialect.
Well, it's German. It's German, but yeah, it's their own dialect of German.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how they got the name Pennsylvania Dutch.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, well, I'd be glad to tell you. You know, they came over in the, like late 1700s or early 1800s, started coming over. And they wore those big black hats and those long coats and stuff like that. And probably when they got off the boat and came into town, all them Pennsylvania mountain men, back in the 1700s, that's where the whiskey rebellion. Pennsylvania is where the whiskey rebellion started. So all these buckskin, musket-toting Pennsylvania mountain men are sitting there probably half tanked on rye whiskey, and they see these guys coming into town. Hey, who are you? Where are you from? Ah, we are from Deutschland. Oh, you're a Dutchman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see?
So they created their own culture.
Yeah, but I think that's how they got the Pennsylvania Dutch.
I know, like where Kutztown, Pennsylvania is, because they make some really good soda that they sell here at the market. It's like cream soda.
Oh, really?
Is that near where you're from?
Kutztown. My high school art teacher went to college there. It's a little ways from where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
But no. There's Amish everywhere in the Midwest.
Oh, Lord, don't I know it.
No, I don't. There's none in Lexington, right?
Well, not in Lexington, but yeah, around Lexington, yeah, there's plenty of them.
Oh. Well, I mean, they're right outside of here.
Well, just go to Bourbon or Harrison County and just drive down any side road for any extent, and you'll get behind one. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving from the Cleveland airport earlier in the week and had to pass an Amish buggy.
Wow, Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, everybody, we're pretty much at the end of the hour. Now, okay, before I let you go, R.A., I did want to ask you, now you said you told Holly you didn't watch much of your own stuff. Have you watched Death House? You and I talked about this a little bit the other day. Have you watched Death House?
Yeah. I've watched everything I've done. I just,
okay.
Watch it obsessively or anything. But yeah, I saw Death House. I watched that. Well, no, Wes, I've got to amend my speech a little. I don't think I've watched the whole movie. But I did. But I did watch the part.
You watched your part, dude. Yeah, you watched yours and Kane's big scene.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I've never wanted to like a movie any more than I wanted to like Death House, but I felt unsatisfied at the end of it. It just, after I watched it, was just like, there was too much. I don't know if it was too much going on or if it was just it had every part that I look for in a horror movie. Everything. And it just never coalesced. And so I'm really hoping, when they get the trilogy worked out, that it all kind of, in other words, some things you can sit back and look at and go, yeah, okay, now I get it. So I'm hoping that project goes forward. So everybody,
yeah, I would never. I'm sorry, didn't mean this.
No, go ahead. All right.
Oh well, I've been told that they're going to, expand my part if they do another one. So I would really like to see it happen.
I thought you were dead. Of course, I guess you could be in the first part. So.
Yeah, I could be in the first part.
Yeah, because you're not dead yet. I'm sorry. Time travel messes with me. I'm still having trouble with that. So everybody, this has been Scarefest Radio. Our guest tonight has been Mr. R.A. Mihailoff, and he's went above and beyond because not only did he install Skype just to do this interview, when his Skype crashed, he graciously called in on the phone. To recap what all we've done tonight, R.A. Mihailoff is coming to the Scarefest. Dee Snider is coming to the Scarefest. Christine Elise is coming to the Scarefest. Scarefest XII, Scarefest 2019, Scarefest 12. And catch the Scarefest gang at Lexington Pride, the Mid-South Paranormal Convention, and then halfway to Halloween at Sky Bar this weekend. If you're doing anything this weekend, you're going to run into somebody from the Scarefest. Except for me, I'll be in the hayfield. Everybody, this has been Scarefest Radio. Thanks for watching.